Hey, and Galushan, welcome to another edition of Tips and Stuff. Why are we doing tips and stuff? And normally it's either fish and tails or shooting Plink. Well, because what we're going to be talking about are microphones. And why I'm doing this is a lot of you guys have been getting into this and really you don't know which microphones that you want. Well, I've been in this business for a long time, not videos necessarily, but television and radio. And I've had cameramen with all sorts of microphones. And there's times when you want to use one over another. Now, right now, what we're using is it's an onboard mic, they call it. In other words, what you have in your camera. And this one happens to be a stereo one. It's a Canon camera. But it does have its drawbacks. And if you've seen a recent video I did, I had to use that thing. The wind noise was terrible. So that's something you want to consider too. What sort of wind guards have you got? What sort of a guard have you got for in a studio? And we're going to be covering that because we've got 3 cameras here, and right now you're listening to that one. And the next one you're going to be listening to, and sorry, I've got a bad cold, which you can probably tell. We're going to be going with this Movo. Now this is a wireless microphone with a lavalier. You can use a regular lavalier going direct in. Nothing else on it, and it comes out, but you have this cord, and that can work for some things, but you're limited. It does pick up sound good. It's because it's a direct link, but again, that's more for studio and if you're not moving around much. If you're doing something like a cooking show, I would recommend a wireless one like this, or a regular boom mic, which you can do with this one right here. This is a Ceramonic. We're going to be talking about that in a bit. That microphone I've never used, so we're going to be testing them. You're going to see the difference in the sound on here. And what we're going to do here, this comes in a case like this, by the way, this Movo. This right here is the transmitter. This is what I will be wearing, and I will have this lavalier. Now, I'm not going to wire myself up like you normally do. So let me put this on. You'll see the difference in the sound, and we'll talk a little bit more about this. Okay, normally what you would do with this is you'd be calling miking up. In other words, you clip this somewhere where it's somewhat inconspicuous. I'll put it down in my pocket right now if I can find a spot. There we go. It'll clip down there. Now your audio adjustment, in fact, this looks like it might be just a little bit high. So there's a little button right up here, and you bring that down some. Okay, there it is right there. Because I don't want it to bounce way up and be overmodulated. You can probably tell the difference already. Now I'm going to hook this on somewhere here, so that you can see, and imagine I'm making some noise with it. There we go. Now, we got this hooked on, and I can talk, I can move around, I can turn my back on you, and you're still picking up the same sort of a thing. I can move way away, like over here, and I can keep talking to you, and you're still getting me, and you know, the whole works. So you can hear what I'm talking. You can probably even hear the leaves. You can move quite a distance with this, which, with these others, yes, you can to a certain extent, but I can also be off to the side of the camera like this and talk to you, especially when we're shooting. We'll have a gun up, we'll be shooting, and I'll be talking to you, and you can pick me up much better than you can with these shotgun mics. Now, as I said, one of the good things about this mic is the fact it has a AA battery, replaceable in both of them. That makes a lot of difference. That or a 9-volt, they're either way, but the AA's are great because they're more readily available. You can switch them out quick, and they go bad. Unfortunately, sometimes you don't see that. You watch the little meter that's on here, which you can't see. I can. There's an audio meter on the screen here. And so you're able to say, okay, battery's going bad, turn it off, put your next batteries in, and go. Unfortunately, with this shotgun mic right here, it has, in fact, I think I still got it plugged in. I do. It has a plug-in right here, USB, and it charges that way. That's it. That's the only charge you've got. So if this battery runs down while you're in the field, you're shot out of luck. Because there's no way to do it unless you can charge again. That I don't like, and that one isn't all that cheap. We might as well talk about costs on these. This particular one that I got, this Movo, I got it on sale. I think I got it at Amazon for about 99 bucks, and that's for the transmitter and the receiver. Okay, that's not too bad because this thing otherwise runs around 149. So that was a pretty good deal. And this one right here, I'll talk about all of them. This one is a track star, and this is the one that a lot of the videos that you have seen on Shooting Plink and Fishing Tales has been shot with this one. This has got the fur. It didn't have it before. It just had this straight foam like this one's got. This also comes with a fur, by the way. This one, it sells a lot higher, but I see them on sale a lot. And I got this one for 24 bucks, again, off of Amazon. But that was quite a few years ago because I've been using that thing. And it has all the adjustments here. You notice I got it down to here. I got this one switched downward. And that's in order to be a little bit more clear and also block that wind noise some and give it a boost. That goes to 10 dB automatically right to there. And over here, I've got this one down to 0. It's off right now. You got your on-off switch. Your batteries go right into here. And right here's your plug, and it's built into the thing. So anyway, that's what you do with that one. And this one, the Ceramonic, it has got more features to it because you've got a 20 and a 10 dB adjustment. In order to turn this on, you hold this down like this until you see those blue lights. Now that's already preset for auto, and it's preset for the attenuation for the noise in that. Now that one's set up with the fur. I got this one with a little bit different foam than what that one has. This has got a ring on it, a washer type thing that's rubber. So this makes it much better for studios. And you can mount this on a boom if you want, something like this, for indoors. So this makes a very good indoor usage on this. But we're going to be trying that out here, and we'll see what it does. I'm going to turn this off right now because we're not going to put this one on. I'm going to show you what that one does. We'll turn this one off that I've got on, and then, well, I'm going to change this out, and then we'll be back with the Trackstar, and you'll see the difference on that one. Okay, now we have got the shotgun mic, like I told you. I still got this clipped on, but it's not working at the moment. In fact, I want to shut that off because I don't want to use up my battery. Here is the receiver for that, so you know I'm not using it. That's what that looks like. The one that actually fits onto the camera, that's the way it looks. Now, and right over here, that's where I was adjusting audio, is with that right there. This one, I've got it just switched so that it should be a decent audio on it. But again, if I go over here to the side like I do otherwise, you're going to hear a difference in the audio. And you probably even hear a difference if I shot a gun, which I don't have. And talking about other stuff like when we're doing the fishing. Now, when we go away from it, I turn my back, you're not going to hear as good. I come over here, you might pick up some, and you probably will, but it's probably not as good as when I was up there. We'll walk back here. This is probably the limit, right over here. I don't even know how good you're picking me up, but that's the Trackstar. And it has been very good. I've used it indoors and different things like that. I mean, it has worked very, very well. Now, let's try this Ceramonic. And I'm going to try it on both adjustments. We'll see what it does. And I'll just take a shot at it and see how it works. Okay, I've got the attenuation set at 150. And I've got the audio adjustment at 10 dB. We're going to be switching it to 20 in just a little bit. I didn't talk to you about what I got this one for. This one retails for over $200. And it's supposed to be an excellent quality. Looking at the meter, I believe it probably is. You're going to be the judge of it because you're the ones listening. And I'll hear it when I go into the editing. But this one cost me, well, I got it on sale at Hunt's Photo. And I got that for $129. Very good deal because I did a search on all of this. Had very good ratings. It seems like it's just looking at that. And I'm going to move back here like I did before, and I'm also going to turn my back. We're going to go over here to the side of it, and we'll see what happens, how that works. Again, if I'm into the side, is that better than the Trackstar? I don't know. We're going to find out. Let's go over here. Now, I'm going to go to the other side of the bench, and we're still going to be talking, and it looks like you're picking me up a little bit. Not quite as good. We'll go back here. This is about as far as I would go with a boom, really, if I had to. And I don't know how you're hearing me. Probably not all that well. Shotguns, just like I said, shotguns are more for a closer type of a thing in an interview. And now let's see what it does if I switch it to 20. Okay, now we're setting at 20. This is probably going to be a lot louder, but it also should be clear. And again, we're going to try her over to the side, just like we did before. I know this is a lot of monkeying around, but this is going to show you what you might want in a microphone. Now we'll go over here, side of the bench. Looks to me like it is picking up more. We'll go back here further. In fact, this time I'm going back a lot further. I think you can see me there. And let me get back up there. We're going to talk a little bit more. We're going to do some more switching, in fact. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off all of these dBs. We're going to go to 0 dB and see what sort of a level we'll get on that. Okay, we're on a 0, and it's really pagan. There's no doubt about that. Let me go over here to the side. And another thing I'm going to do, while it's on 0, let me switch another one. Okay, I went to 75 on the attenuation to see how that works. Is there any difference in the sound? That I don't know, but you're going to be finding out. Now let's turn it off altogether. Okay, now we've turned off the attenuation that we have for the wind noise and all that sort of stuff. So we have something a little bit different. And since we are going at 0 and with nothing at all, with both of them, they're turned all the way off on the different things. Let's go back. I'm going to go over here to the side first. Now again, this is at 0, and everything is zeroed out. So you're going to hear what it's like. There's not a lot of wind. So you shouldn't be picking up much wind noise. You may be hearing some traffic noise because we do have a highway over here. So let me go back this way, the other side of the table. Again, if I was showing you something here on the table, we'll see how that picks up. Now let me go back there. Okay, I'm all the way back here. You can see me. I'm not a long ways because I can't go much further than this fence. So you can see what we've got in sound. And this thing does have a lot of adjustments to it. A lot more adjustments than what this one has. But this is a very simple one. It's cost effective because, as I said, I've done a lot of my shooting Plink and fishing tails with this one right here. I did that before I had the this Movo. I have gone through a lot of wireless microphones. That's been a big problem, I'll tell you. It really has. And hopefully this is a good sound. I know that one is, but because anytime you can pick it up like that. But we're going to just use this one right now and just see how things go with it, and set at that lower setting. So let's just go quiet for a second. Okay, I can still see some action. Let me turn that up and then see what happens. Okay, I went up to 75 to attenuate any noise. Now let's go quiet. About the same. Now let's go to 150. Okay, this is at 150. Now, let's go quiet. Actually, a little bit better. So that's not too bad. And we have got it zeroed. Let me go up to 10 with it. Okay, that's 10. And that is just about, looking at the meter, that's about where I like it. And that's where I have this one switched as well. And it's because it's not pegging way up. It's just about the right audio, and we got everything set. I would say that setting right there might work really, really well. And if I want to bring it up, they said to a clear deal, I can go to 20. And the one is, let me check on this in fact. Okay, this is minus 10 dB. The 20 is plus 20. So the 20 is going to throw it up a little bit higher. But as I said, it's going to make it clearer. And if you're using the fur, like on here. Oh, and here's something I want to mention too on this fur. Something that I didn't discover until after I had done some videos, and I kept thinking, what on earth have I got in a shadow? Well, what happens is if you don't pull this back far enough, and make sure you look at that prior to that, the end of this can actually go over the top of your lens. And that makes a shadow. Not just a shadow, but you're actually getting the fur in there. So the whole video, you've got a little dark spot up above your head. So make sure you pull it back. And what I did on this is I pulled it way back as far as I could go. And then right in here, you might be able to see that. Right in there, I've got a rubber band. That is pulling it back further and clamping it down. So that works out pretty good. But anyway, that's some ideas for you as to what you would do with the different microphones and what you might want to get. And again, like I said, audio is a big thing with your videos. And you want a good studio mic, and if you don't have the funds to get a very, very good studio mic, this one might work. I don't know. I haven't heard it in such a situation. You can put it on a boom. You can get one of these booms, put it up. Do a makeshift boom if you want, as long as you've got something or other for a hot shoe type attachment, because that's what it goes into. It goes into the hot shoe, screws down, and, well, I can show you with this one, because that one has the same thing. Right here, this right down here, that slips into the hot shoe, and then you tighten it down with that knob. And you can do that on, well, you know, you might use like a Nikon or something like that, like the old 35mm type stuff. The DSLRs is what they are. But me, I have been in television for so many years. In fact, this year is 50 years for Dan's Fishing Tales. Shooting Plink came along later. And so I've worked with a lot of this different stuff. And to me, I'd rather have a regular camera, and that's what I got here. I got a Canon. Yes, I've got some problems, which those of you that have been watching knows there's a zoom problem that Canon don't seem like they want to admit that there is, but there's a lot of people that have got that problem. And it will just, especially when I'm shooting, that's where I've really noticed it. Because even with an air gun, I will fire around and something just actuates it, and it will zoom back. That I don't like, especially when I got you trying to zoom in on a target. But that's not microphones. That's something else. The microphone part is what we wanted to do here. Now, I know it took a little bit longer, but you got to hear 4 different microphones. And I told you a little bit about them all. And hopefully it will help some of you that's looking for microphones. You don't necessarily have to get these brands, but make sure they're good. Because as I said, I went through a lot of these, and this is the first one I found that really holds up. Some of them, I got one that has got, again, one of these internal batteries you have to keep recharging. What a pain. That thing didn't last 5 minutes and it was shot. And it was very nice setup because it was totally wireless. You didn't have to worry about a thing with it. I mean, you didn't even have to worry about a cord like with this lavalier. You didn't even have that, you know, so, but it didn't work. And so you got to watch these sort of things. And I think those are just more problems that happen. You want to have something that has the least amount of problems. And again, I would prefer if it had a battery that could be changed. I don't like these rechargeable batteries that's on this Ceremonic. How that will hold up, I don't know, but I sure don't want to be out in the field and all of a sudden find out that it went belly up on me. Then I better have my old Trackstar to back me up if I'm going with the shotguns. And again, why would you use the different ones, shotguns or other? say you're going to do something really quick and you're going to be moving a lot. You don't want to mess with these microphones. You don't want to stop and mic up and get ready. You just want to take that out there, have a good shotgun mic, and shoot the action. Say you have several different people that aren't mic'd up. You're the only one it is. Well, they're going to have to pick up on your microphone. So what you do with this is you shut this one off, and you go over and you say they're fishing, and they catch a fish. Okay, you shoot that. You got that scene. You got, if you got a real good shotgun mic, like supposedly this one is, you're going to be able to pick up what they're doing, what they're saying, and all that sort of stuff, as long as they're not turning their back to you, where you know that's going to be a problem. So, these are directional. Shotgun mics are directional. They are omnidirectional to some extent, but not to the point of where you turn your back and you're able to still have the same audio. That don't happen. That's when you have to have the regular wireless mic. So until next time, get out on the water, enjoy a great day of fishing, shoot safe, and have a great day of plinking.